Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that Twitch has decided to play its favorite pastime yet again, and that is how to make the life of their streamers even more miserable. They realized in their infinite wisdom that those greedy streamers are taking away too much cash, and something has to be done about it. But all jokes aside, they must have known that this is a very unpopular decision. And they are willing to take the PR hit just so that they can leech more money off of their streamers. Now why I find this very interesting, right, is that unlike most other platforms, like Twitch is specifically a far-left platform. Like they are actively promoting this type of culture by banning anyone that isn't part of that clique. Like if you have anything political to say on Twitch, if you're even a little bit more right-wing than Destiny, you are going to get banned. In fact, I do not know of a single right-wing political commentator on Twitch. I'm pretty much sure that there are, but I just do not know about it. Meanwhile, when it comes to the far left, you have like you have outright communists like Hassan Piker. I can't say that Vosh is dead anymore because he got banned, didn't he? I remember that. But my point is that when you are part of the ideology that champions the little guy, that you're for equality, workers rise up, it is also one of the most greedy platforms of the internet, isn't it? Like, every single day they're thinking, like, how can we take more from the streamer? How can we take a bigger cut? Now, because they are taking such a huge cut, many streamers have decided to find their own sponsors, right? So, in order to bypass all the regulations and all the bullshit, a streamer can just go to a company and say, hey, I'll advertise your product, you give me cash, right? And it's simple as. Of course, Twitch is also making money by having ads displayed, but they're not going to get anything from that sponsorship, and this is why they're upset, right? They do not want the brands to go to the streamer directly. They want the brands to go to Twitch, and then Twitch will advertise on the streamer, taking a huge cut. But it's not only that, right? Like look what they're doing here. Like, technically, you're still allowed to have brands, but the rules that they are applying are so ridiculous that it's going to be very difficult for people to continue the way they are. My favorite part, though, is that they know themselves that the rules are so ridiculous that they're lying even when presenting the rules themselves. Like, for example, here you go. Formats permitted with limitation, right? So you can have logos on stream, but you must make sure that's only 3% of the screen size. Motherfucker, this is not 3% of the screen size. Like, what you are showing here is around, I would say, like 25%. Like 3% would be like a really, really tiny logo. I don't even know if it's going to be visible or not. Like, at that point, why even have it? So, they're going to just ban a lot of the things. Obviously, like, if you're an advertiser, like, at this point, you would just prefer to go to Twitch than to go to an individual streamer. But what's more interesting is this, right? So, apparently, you're not allowed to have hateful product or services, right? So, no South Park. Illegal products or services, like, you're not allowed. All right, like, this makes sense. But then you have, like, other interesting things, like, no political content. Like, really? On Twitch? No political content? But there are actual politicians that are there on Twitch. Like, AOC is there on Twitch. So I guess, like, maybe you can have her on your stream, but, like, you must make sure that she doesn't pay you money for it? I mean, this is interesting. Then, you are not allowed to have cannabis-related products, which include vaping, as well as the delivery. You're not allowed to have tobacco, but if what I'm reading here is correct, you are allowed to have alcohol. So you can have a commercial for Bud Light, but you cannot have a commercial for a cigarette. Now, I do think that these are not something that Twitch themselves wrote. This is probably the advertisers, like some of the biggest corporations in the world have created a sort of advertisers union, and they dictate to the social media platforms what they are allowed to host and not. So, in a way, the advertisers control the internet, right? So, it is what it is. I do not think that Twitch actually did this. But it's kind of hilarious, like, no adult content. So, OnlyFans, like, does that count or not? Like, if a Twitch lady advertises her OnlyFans, is that okay? No sexy pills? So, I guess no Viagra either? Yeah, it's going to be a bad time for Twitch because obviously the outrage has already happened. Shy Lily, which is one of the biggest Twitch streamers out there, has said Twitch must feel really confident with themselves right now. And of course, you know, like I wouldn't be surprised if she's actually looking for other deals. You have competitors now. You actually do have Rumble. More and more people are going to stream on Rumble. Personally, I would want Twitch to remain because it's like a containment zone for the internet crazy. I would rather them stay there than to come on other platforms. Like, imagine if they come on YouTube and the first thing they do is like, oh my god, oh, my YouTube colleague, he's so problematic. Oh, how can he say that? How can his mouth move in such a fashion and the voice comes out and it goes into my ear and it's dangerous? You know, like that type of people. Yeah, I would rather not have to deal with it. Just so you can understand the mentality on Twitch, they call each other colleagues, right? Like no, seriously, like they believe that they're colleagues to each other when they're actually just freelancers, just working for the same company. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.